Christmas in Paradise. Tonight on Our News, thousands of visitors spending the holidays in the Bahamas and say this is exactly where they want to be. A top tourism executive shares the excitement for strong bookings ahead. And trading snow for sand this Christmas, while some dream of a white Christmas, others choosing blue water and warm breezes. Why visitors say the Bahamas is their perfect holiday escape. And down to the wire for the last-minute shopping rush. Just hours before Christmas, shoppers flooded Mall at Marathon, scrambling for gifts, deals, and a little holiday miracle. Then in Our News at 7:30, the country bought a little less, but sold a lot less. New data shows the country remains deeply in the red, and economic pressures still hitting home. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News Live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. It's Christmas Eve, and as thousands of travelers continue to pour into the country, tourism officials say the holiday surge we reported on at Lynden Pinling International Airport last week is not a short-term spike, but instead it's the start of a strong first quarter for the Bahamas. Last Friday, airport officials said between 6,700 and 7,600 passengers were expected to arrive in a single two-day period, with expectations the busy season would run straight through spring break and Easter. Tourism Director General Latia Duncombe says strong arrivals and forward bookings are signaling sustained momentum into the new year.
Those types of numbers are very encouraging for us, and it's also the fruits of our labor. We would have done a significant amount of work in market, our global sales missions, our boots on the ground, visiting with the trade, the travel trade, direct consumers, and a lot of different initiatives that we have been executing. So yes, we do expect a very strong, robust Christmas.
And Duncombe says that confidence is being backed by aggressive sales missions, expanded airlift, and strong performance from key markets, including the United States and Canada, with additional growth coming from the United Kingdom and Latin America. She adds the focus remains on keeping the Bahamas front and center as a stopover destination, especially as the industry looks beyond the holidays.
The forward bookings and the outlook for Q1 is strong as well. We will continue in our efforts, and the benefits of it will go to the Bahamian people. We're very excited about that.
All right, and for many visitors, Christmas this year won't include snow, scarves, or shovels, just sunshine, blue water, and island vibes. Thousands choosing to spend the holidays with us in the Bahamas, turning the season into what they call Christmas in Paradise. Delvado Emmanuel was on Paradise Island, where he spoke with visitors about why they decided to spend their holidays in the tropics.
As the Bahamas continues to post record-breaking tourism numbers, this holiday season shows no sign of slowing down. From as far away as Israel in the east to Canada in the north, visitors are arriving with one thing in common: being in the Bahamas this Christmas. I caught up with cruise passengers visiting from South Carolina. They say the simplicity of island life stands out.
The island life is just simple, and I think it's very appealing.
What do you like most here this holiday season?
Ooh, the food. The food.
Why did you choose Bahamas?
We've never been, so we wanted to do something different together for our first Christmas together.
For some, Christmas in Paradise also comes with a milestone. This visitor chose the Bahamas as a place to celebrate his 70th birthday. He says being on the beach is the perfect gift.
Nothing but a pleasure. It has been really amazing. It has been a great place to celebrate the holidays, his 70th birthday, everything.
And for many of these visitors, they're trading in their snow coats for swimsuits.
We're thrilled to be here. We come from a very cold climate where it's snowing right now. Our house sitter told us that we got 2 inches of snow last night, and so we're excited to be here in the beautiful Bahamas, spending time in the sun.
The blue water, I think. It's so beautiful. Yeah, we're going snorkeling today, so excited to be in it.
These visitors from Israel had just arrived when we caught up with them.
We really like it. We just arrived like 1 hour ago. It's really nice so far.
But it's the cultural aspect that ties it all together.
What I notice culturally is that there is a lot more faith interwoven amongst how people act, feel, levels of morality, and it's just from, again, what we're exposed to. It's just a much easier peasier lifestyle. People are more chill, not so freaked out, not running so fast, and I think the folks that we've been exposed to for sure give us a sense that they really appreciate life, and being in a magnificent place, I can understand that.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
So much for that, Delvado. Well, last-minute Christmas shoppers filled the mall at Marathon on Christmas Eve as people rushed to find gifts with only hours left until Christmas. Joshua Williams spoke with some procrastinators who united and to mall management as well as shop owners and customers about the last-minute rush.
If it's one thing that's linked to Christmas, it's shopping. Thousands of residents hit the streets every year to get those gifts and special items for those near and dear to them. But at times, it can prove a bit costly. I met this mother who says while she has to be smart when it comes to spending, the joy in her son's eyes outweighs the cost.
He's very humble, he's very loving, soft-spoken, and very generous. So I feel like Christmas is a part of giving. It also symbolizes Jesus Christ. I'm doing last minute shopping because I think he deserves the best. Christmas brings joy and happiness to everyone.
And while many shop early in the month to avoid crowds, veteran shoppers like Miss Black actually prefers the last minute rush, saying the mall did a good job in managing the crowds this year.
Stores seem to be more organized. The girls are wrapping well. So to me, it's going well. I love the rush. The hustle and bustle. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I enjoy it because it reminds you of the season, what you're in. And so for me, it's an excitement. It just makes me feel good.
And while online shopping has become more and more popular, for some like this man, nothing compares to the in-person mall experience.
The mall has a variety of stuff, which means you could get a lot of stuff done. They have the food places, so when you're shopping and you get a little hungry, you could stop and get something to eat. They have stuff for the kids. So it's a one-stop shop for all.
Marathon Mall's acting general manager Troy Johnson II says shopping local helps to put money in the pockets of vendors this Christmas season.
There are down periods throughout the year, so we would have had an uptick just prior to school opening. School open, and of course traffic would have fallen off quite a bit. But leading into the Christmas season, you may get a little bit for the Halloween, and then it dies off. And then, I kid you not, for these probably 2 weeks leading into Christmas itself, it is plentiful.
Now, you may be home sitting watching this right now, but it's not too late. Management tells me doors will remain open until 11 p.m. tonight. Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks for that, Josh. And if you're willing to brave that traffic to get to the mall at Marathon, I'd say get moving right now. And another day or so before, Bay Street is lined with thousands of spectators and junkaneurs, because if you're thinking about sending your children, though, we want to say that you may want to think again about sending them alone. And that's because police are strongly encouraging parents to accompany minors to the parades, as they often are the source of mischief and criminal behavior, according to police. Over the years, fights and other acts of vandalism involving minors have gone viral. Senior Assistant Commissioner of Police Zhivago Dame says police will not tolerate any bad behavior this year.
We cannot police this by ourselves. I think the policing of this starts from your very homes. Speak to them. Let them know, of course, if they break the rules, there are consequences of that. And we believe that if you are accompanying them to the Junkanoo parades, it will be less incidents that are happening. So please accompany your children, speak to them, and we want to ask also that you yourselves, all the participants who are coming out to Junkanoo, please do your very best to help us police this, that this be the best Junkanoo parade that this country has ever seen.
A man is accused of carrying out a series of sexual assaults on a 14-year-old girl he reportedly met online. 26-year-old Latrell Roll allegedly had unlawful sexual intercourse with a teen on December 16th, 17th, and 19th. The minor, though, could not give consent because she's under 16. Roll was not asked to enter a plea to the charges when he appeared before Senior Magistrate Shaka Serville. Bail was denied. His matter has been adjourned to March 26th for a voluntary bill of indictment that will fast-track his case to the Supreme Court. All right, we've got much more to get to tonight. But for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he is in the Weather Center. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Candino, and a happy Christmas Eve, everybody. If you happen to be on the outdoors and moving around, make sure you do that carefully, as there is a lot of traffic out there on the outside. But comfortable temperatures right now on the outdoors, with a nice shot there of my favorite location on the island right now, with all those Christmas lights. That's there at Blue Hill and Independence Highway. Actually, this is at East Street and Independence Highway with that setup there. 73 degrees, northeast winds, 15 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 72. Temperatures right now around the Family Violence. We are in the low 70s across the Northern Island. 70 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Marsh Harbor, Abaco. 72, Great Harbor Key. 75 in Alistown, Bimini, Nickel, San Andreas. 73. 74 in Governor's Harbor. Central Bahamas, 74 Kemps Bay. We picked that up in Georgetown as well. And in Port Nelson, 73 Black Point, Exuma. Pair of 72s in Arthurstown, Get Island, Coburn Towns in Salvador. Hello to the Butlers down there. Deadman's Key, Long Island, 75. And into the southeast Bahamas, 76. Duncantown, Ragged Island. Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Abrahams Bay. 75 Delectable Bay. Matthew Down, Inagua, 78. And our very good neighbors at the southeast, Turks and Caicos Islands. Your temperature right now is at 79. Satellite radar composite. Nothing to talk about. High pressure is the dominant weather feature. Very dry air mass in place. We'll show you the water vapor later on in the newscast, but that dry air mass will continue to stay with us for the next several days. So we're looking at just lovely conditions. Junkanoo looks to be right on track. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast and your Junkanoo forecast still to come.
Coming up in sports, the Bahamas Baseball Association is ready to begin 2026 with a new initiative bringing school pride to the diamond for the right to be called BBA National Champions.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
"2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to control the
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it.
As I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado. DJ, blaze it up.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for our News Year in Review 2025.
Hey man, stay tuned for the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy Christmas Special. No, the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas Special. I slept on it. And I heard it and it was like Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama. It sounded better ringtone like. I thought we agreed the other way, the Charlie Sawyer.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Martinett. Let's do show. When the calendar flips to 2026 next week, baseball will be the first sport back in action with the launch of this new initiative. The Bahamas Baseball Association is set to make history as the organization hosts its first ever National High School Championships January 2nd through 4th in New Providence. The landmark tournament will feature the top high school baseball programs competing for national supremacy at the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium and the Blue Hill Sporting Complex.
DeAndre Ayton returned to the court last night and a rare Eric Gordon sighting in NBA action. After missing 2 games with an elbow injury, Ayton returned to the floor, but it wasn't enough to overcome the surging Phoenix Suns. He finished with 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 steals in the Lakers' 132-106 loss. Up next, Ayton and the Lakers look to rebound on Christmas Day. VJ Edgecombe was out last night for the Philadelphia 76ers, but it created an opportunity for Gordon to find playing time. The veteran guard finished with a season-high 12 points in the Sixers' 114-106 loss to the Brooklyn Nets. He was 4 from 8 from the field, including 3 from 6 from three-point range.
Pivoting back to youth baseball, the country's greatest of all time continues to build his legacy, but is still searching for even more ways to give back. Jazz Chisholm Jr. was back at home in his foundation's Little League, but considered it just the start of things to come. His ultimate goal is to build a facility to help the transition of youth athletes to the professional level. That'll do it for our sports. Stay tuned to our news at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as the Powerball jackpot has climbed to $1.7 billion. Plus, the United States vowing to hit Venezuela with maximum sanctions. And the US FDA warning consumers about a recall linked to possible radioactive exposure. We'll tell you which brands are affected and what to do next when our news returns.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and a live fiber on channel 747 and 748.
"2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to control the
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it and
As it came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for our news Year in Review 2025.
Hey man, stay tuned for the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy Christmas Special. No, the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas Special. I slept on it.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. The Powerball jackpot has soared to a near record territory, climbing to an estimated $1.7 billion ahead of the Christmas Eve drawing after no one matched all 6 numbers Monday night. The odds of winning? 1 in nearly 292 million. The jackpot was last won in September when 2 tickets split a $1.78 billion prize. Tickets cost $2 and are sold across most of the United States. Meanwhile, the U.S. vowing to enforce sanctions against Venezuela to the maximum extent, telling the United Nations it will cut off resources to President Nicolas Maduro. The Trump administration says sanctioned oil tankers are funding criminal and terrorist networks as the U.S. Coast Guard intercepts vessels carrying Venezuelan crude in the Caribbean. Russia warned the actions could get set a dangerous precedent for Latin America, while China called on Washington to de-escalate. Venezuela denies the accusation, saying there is no war in the Caribbean, blaming the U.S. for rising tensions.
The reality of the situation is that sanctioned oil tankers operate as the primary economic lifeline for Maduro and his illegitimate regime. These sanctioned tankers also fund the narco-terrorist group Cartel de los Soles. Maduro's ability to sell Venezuela's oil enables his fraudulent claim to power and his narco-terrorist activities. The people of Venezuela, frankly, deserve better.
The Food and Drug Administration has announced a recall of nearly 84,000 bags of frozen raw shrimp over possible exposure to a radioactive isotope. The shrimp, which the FDA says was imported from Indonesia and distributed by Direct Source Seafood LLC, was sold under the Market 32 and Waterfront Bistro brands at major supermarkets across multiple U.S. states. The FDA says consumers should not eat the product and should return it for a full refund. Officials say no illnesses have been reported and no contaminated product is believed to have reached the U.S. marketplace. And on this Christmas Eve, thousands of people dressed as Santa Claus took over the streets of Madrid recently. More than 10,000 runners joined the city's annual Red Cross charity race. Organizers say children dressed as elves also ran the 4.5-kilometer route through the city center. Participants told reporters the event was a chance to spread good vibes before Christmas, while others said the Santa costumes made for a fun and awesome finish. Christmas holiday marks the birth of Jesus Christ, is traditionally celebrated from December 24th through 26th. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was December 24th. Then in our news at 7:30, Christmas the Bahamian way. From food to fellowship to the house everyone knows to go to, we'll tell you what Christmas Day traditions mean most to Bahamians. But first, more than 2,000 pounds of cocaine, a firearm, and 4 men now behind bars after a U.S. Coast Guard interdiction near Cuba. The story when our news returns. All right.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change, and inform the public like no other. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. The conversations that shape the Bahamas start here, on the Record.
Conflict doesn't have to end in chaos. Before it escalates, take a breath. Step back. Choose peace. Listen to understand. Respectful conversations lead to real solutions. I am Sergeant 3599 Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, urging you, let's talk it out, not fight it out.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1939, Oaks Field Airport officially opened in Nassau, serving as the country's main airport until 1957. And in 2014, the first Bahamas Bowl was played at Thomas A. Robinson Stadium, with Western Kentucky edging Central Michigan 49-48. If you want to learn more about the events that shaped the day that was December 24th, head over to ournews.bs. All right, 9 days of festive fun officially underway on Paradise Island. One resort there transforming the holiday season into a celebration of culture, family, and Bahamian hospitality. Comfort Suites has launched its annual 9 Days of Christmas. It runs from December 24th through January 3rd, featuring daily activities and nightly entertainment designed to keep guests engaged throughout the holidays. Assistant Director of Sales, Lakeisha Benaby, she says the 9 days is packed with entertainment meant to showcase Bahamian culture, all while keeping both guests and visitors engaged.
Throughout the night, we'll have activities going on. And tomorrow, guess what? Santa will be in the lobby visiting our kids. So once you're a registered guest of the hotel, you will be able to partake in that activity tomorrow. If you're not really a registered guest, you can come and partake in our nightly entertainment. We have the Drummer Boy, Fire Dancer. We have the Junk Canoe over by Comfort Suites Paradise Island. You could actually have dinner. We have nightly specials going on every night until the 3rd. And then you could actually enjoy the entertainment with us from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. daily.
And in addition to that programming that you just heard from Taylor there, the resort is also rolling out special promotions aimed at making the festive experience more accessible to locals during one of the busiest travel periods. Revenue Director is Leslie Taylor, who says the celebration all about giving Bahamians a reason to come together and enjoy the season closer to home.
We know that the new year, everyone has a New Year's resolution, so we decided to have this special just for our local residents at $125 plus taxes and fees. This allows our local guests to come down to Comfort Suites and enjoy all of the amenities of Atlantis. That includes the water park, the pools, the beaches, the slides. That also includes their movie theater. And then if you don't feel like going all over there, you can stay here and have a drink at our swimmer pool bar. It also includes full American buffet breakfast and free parking, kids play, stay free here at Comfort Suites Paradise Island.
All right, stay, play, and eat free. If you want to watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, you can head over now to ournews.bs. That's going to do it for us in news at 7 on this Christmas Eve. But up now is our Talia Hall. She has got...
Is our who? Is our who?
You know what, Megan?
Merry Christmas.
I'm ready for Christmas.
We are in the festive spirit.
It is definitely our Megan Shepherd.
Absolutely.
It's definitely our Megan Shepherd. Up now with the latest headlines with Megan. Let me ask. Are you going to go to Junkanoo?
I am not. I am going home to Freeport on Boxing Day.
Okay, so bummer. Because Atalia was asking me if I was going to go, and she was making plans, but I haven't heard from Atalia from that time till now.
She is enjoying her break, and I love that for her.
Right. Meanwhile, you going home, so that means...
They will see you.
It's just me. It's just me.
So sorry. And of course, before we take this quick break, Candino, enjoy your Christmas.
Yes, I was going to say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. It's another work day for me tomorrow, but
yeah.
Merry Christmas. Enjoy. And before we take this quick break, don't forget to stay locked into our news all month long for the rest of the month for your shot at that brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta. It's our ultimate giveaway with a live and auto mall. Just visit ournews.bs to learn how you can win. Good luck. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight, reduced exports and increased imports, keeping the country deeply in the red. Recent trade numbers from the Bahamas National Statistical Institute breaks it down. Plus, an $18.4 million drug bust near Cuba leaves 3 Bahamians and 1 Jamaican to answer multiple charges before the courts. We've got the details. Plus, it's the most wonderful time of the year, filled with the most heartwarming traditions. We take a look at how Bahamians are celebrating this Christmas season. And later, we're winding down the ultimate giveaway with our partners at Auto Mall. Our Danielle Miller gives you one last look at the 2025 Hyundai Creta before it's gifted to its new owner. The details for these stories and so much more when our news continues. Welcome to our news. Merry Christmas Eve. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm Megan Shepard. The Bahamas bought a little less from overseas this past quarter, but sold a lot less. New trade numbers from the Bahamas National Statistical Institute show exports dropped sharply, keeping the country deeply in the red, and helping explain why cost of living pressures continue to hit home. Our news anchor, Kendino Knowles, has more.
According to new figures released by Bahamas National Statistical Institute, the Bahamas continues to buy far more from the rest of the world than it sells. The Institute's third quarter 2025 foreign trade report shows the country imported about $1.3 billion worth of goods between July and September. That's a 3% decrease compared to the same period last year. On the surface, that may sound like progress, but the same report shows exports, that is, what the Bahamas sells to other countries, fell much faster. Total exports dropped to about $128 million, a 19% decline year over year. When you put those numbers together, the result is a trade deficit of more than $1.1 billion for the quarter. In everyday terms, that means the country is still spending a lot more money abroad than it's earning back. The Statistical Institute's report also breaks down what the Bahamas is buying. The largest share of imports continues to be machinery and transport equipment, including vehicles and heavy equipment, totaling about $356 million. Food and live animals followed at $210 million, highlighting the country's continued reliance on imported food. On the export side, the report shows a much smaller and narrower mix, with machinery, manufactured goods, and food making up just over half of all exports. The data also shows the United States remains the Bahamas' largest trading partner, supplying more than $1 billion in imports during the quarter, while buying back only a fraction of that in Bahamian goods. For now, the National Statistical Institute says the country remains deeply dependent on imports, a reality that continues to show up in prices Bahamians pay every day. Reporting for our news, I'm Kendino Knowles.
Thanks so much, Kendino. Well, Doctors Hospital Health System will be looking for a new CEO next year. The man who's held the post for several years, Dr. Charles Diggis, will transition from that role effective February 1st, 2026. While he'll no longer be the hospital's CEO, according to a statement, Dr. Diggis will continue as president. That statement also says Dr. Diggis's tenure as president and CEO has been defined by transformational growth clinical excellence, and a steadfast commitment to accessible, high-quality healthcare. He began his medical career as a general surgeon and developed laparoscopy in general surgery at Doctors Hospital in the mid-1990s. While he was CEO, Doctors Hospital Health System expanded to include 2 hospitals and 13 primary and specialty care clinics, launched the Lab Affordable Care Program, and established a NACOB-registered allied health training institution. 3 Bahamians and a Jamaican are facing charges after the U.S. Coast Guard made an $18.4 million drug bust near Cuba. Howard Roll, James Jones, Zenard Roll, who are all residents of Andros, and Nichols Duncanson of Negril, Jamaica, were arrested on a Bahamian registered boat in international waters south of Guantanamo Bay on December 7th. While searching the vessel, authorities allegedly found 2,250 pounds of cocaine, valued at $18.4 million, 7 pounds of marijuana worth $7,000, and a .40 Smith & Wesson pistol. The men faced charges of drug possession with intent to supply, conspiracy to import drugs with intent to supply, conspiracy to possess drugs with intent to supply, and possession of an unlicensed firearm. They pleaded not guilty to the charges and was denied bail. Their trial is set for April 16th. Meantime, a 23-year-old man has admitted to scamming 6 people. Prosecutors say from June 2005 to November 2005, Jaheim Dixon received $54,672 to purchase vehicles. But Dixon avoided his clients and never produced the vehicles. Dixon pleaded guilty to stealing by reason of service when he appeared before Magistrate Abigail Farrington. Dixon said he planned to repay his victims and asked for a month to do so. He was fitted with an ankle bracelet and ordered to return to court on January 30th. He will be sentenced on that date if the victims have not been refunded. And both major Junkanoo parades will not only be a no-bottle zone, they'll also be a no-gun zone. Seems like a no-brainer when it comes to keeping people safe at the Boxing Day and New Year's Day's parades, but police say they still have to send out a stern warning to Junkanoo attendees, saying this also applies to residents who have a license to carry firearm. It was one of several rules laid out by the Royal Bahamas Police Force's top cops during a press conference on Tuesday. Assistant Commissioner of Police Earl Thompson says there'll be no exceptions.
Our officers have been informed that despite persons having a permit, those persons would have to secure the firearms prior to approaching and arriving at the venue. There will be no allowances for police officers to hold, secure those items.
Well, Christmas Day is arguably the biggest holiday in the world and personally my favorite. Businesses shut down and millions of families gather to celebrate the day with unique traditions that transcend generations. Today, the Our News team took to the streets to find out what Christmas traditions locals are looking forward to. For most, they said it's gathering at one designated household to enjoy a hearty Christmas meal. For Marissa Claire Wilson, it's also the staple list of Christmas Day activities that follow.
My favorite Christmas tradition was after Christmas dinner, I definitely get in the turkey neck and the turkey wing, and then you stay awake until you go to the carnival. The carnival to be here, so you go to the carnival until it was time for Junkanoo. Then you went to Junkanoo and sleep in the next day.
And for cruise ship visitor Deborah Kilgore and her family, their tradition of waking up and opening Christmas presents will have a twist this year.
We'll be doing it on the boat tomorrow morning. And we're all going to be dressed in the exact same thing in our pajamas like we do every year.
Great traditions. Well, we've still got lots more news to share with you tonight, but first, meteorologist Greg Thompson joins us for your first look at temperatures. Greg, for me, my favorite tradition is definitely family gatherings and having all of my loved ones together. What about you?
Megan, and a happy Christmas Eve, everybody. Yeah, some of my traditions or what my family does this time of the year, of course, this being an important time of the church year, we all attend church, and then we celebrate by opening gifts later on tonight, and of course, The big day tomorrow being Christmas Day. We look forward to the family gatherings as well as all the food and the interactions and camaraderie between family and friends. So those are the traditions we look forward to for this time of the year for my family and my wife's family as well. But yeah, if you plan on going outdoors tonight, it's going to be a very nice night on the outdoors temperature-wise. Temperature right now at 73 degrees with a few clouds. Northeast winds at 15 miles per hour. It feels like temperature right now is at a very comfortable 72 degrees. Satellite radar composite, it is just bone dry across our area. High pressure is in charge at the surface and aloft, and that's providing us with some very dry air mass. Looking for some nice, lovely conditions over the next couple of days. Junk canoe time, it's going to be nice. Might be a little warmer than normal, but it should be a very nice evening for the outdoors. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
When our news comes back from the break, extending the spirit of giving beyond our borders, the GBPA donating to ongoing relief efforts in Jamaica post-Hurricane Melissa. Plus, a Pine Ridge parliamentarian Ginger Moxie continuing her ongoing holiday give back. Over 2,000 turkeys given away. Those details coming up when our news returns.
Stop shopping sale in the family community for me. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us. Shop, shop, we've got some in store. Shop, shop, prices are right. Come spend the day, bring the family. Southwest Plaza, come shop with us. Holidays are coming, 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 holidays are coming. Holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming, holidays are coming.
I'm very excited, and I can't believe it. It's it's a dream come true. When she did call me yesterday about it, I didn't know what to believe. Thanks to Mr. Coleman and this whole staff for what they do, and making sure the customers are taken care of, making sure we enjoy the gaming they do give to us. Chances is the great house to play, even down to the staff, is perfect. They're going to marvel.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority donating $5,000 to Samaritan's Purse on Tuesday in support of ongoing recovery efforts in Jamaica following the devastation of Hurricane Melissa back in October. GBPA co-chairman Rupert Hayward and President Ian Rolls say the donation, made on behalf of all GBPA employees, reflect the organization's long-standing commitment to service, compassion, and regional solidarity. They also reflected on the fact that Samaritan's Purse was there for Grand Bahamians in 2019 when Monster Storm Dorian devastated the island.
We know, especially at Christmas time, similar sort of period when we were hit by Hurricane Dorian, people are struggling, people are suffering, and we want to do all we can to help. So we're delighted on behalf of the employees to give a donation of $5,000 to Samaritan's Purse. We know the wonderful work that they can do because we experienced it firsthand.
We would have experienced the devastation of Category 5 storm, and we know how difficult that time was for us, and we wanted to be true neighbors to our brothers and sisters in Jamaica, and everybody felt the need to sacrifice our pleasures in order to assist others in need.
Accepting on behalf of Samaritan's Purse was Regional Director Raul Ambrister. He says the funds will go a long way as work continues months after the storm.
Samaritan's Purse on the whole has decided to continue working in Jamaica where we move from a disaster response to a country office, the same way we did here in the Bahamas, where we can continue to help people.
Well, Pine Ridge parliamentarian Ginger Moxie wrapping up a week-long turkey giveaway for every household in her constituency. Moxie says last Saturday she and her team began their canvassing and drop-off efforts.
We've canvassed the entire Pine Ridge constituency from polling division 1 through 13. That's Hawksbill, Baffetown, Hudson, Heritage, Columbus, Queens Cove, Freeport Ridge, Heritage, all of it. And so the residents, they received it very, very well. They were very grateful, and we're so happy to be able to do that for the residents of Pine Ridge.
The week-long initiative saw some 2,700 turkeys delivered or picked up from Moxie's constituency office. She says she is grateful for the team as they worked long days throughout the week to ensure every home was touched this holiday season.
Those who were not home, we left a door hang on the door so that they're able to collect their turkeys. So we still have some to go, and that's for those Pine Ridge constituents who were not home when we visited.
Okay. So did you just go to every home, or did you?
Every home in Pine Ridge. Every home and every apartment in Pine Ridge. So every Pine Ridge constituent, every household in Pine Ridge should have received a turkey. And those who haven't, because they weren't home, the turkey is here at the office and they can collect it.
Coming up in sports, the Bahamas Baseball Association is set to host the first edition of its high school nationals. In NBA action, DA and EG hit the court, and Jazz always has big plans, right? Next up for him, sports academies and facilities for all sports.
It's Christmas, come again. Time for color, family and friends. Red and green, the perfect pair. For a season so sincere. Baby Jesus in a manger. Loved ones who once were perfect strangers. At the same place, coloring supreme. Let us bring to life your Christmas dreams.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price, and you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. When the calendar flips to 2026 next week, baseball will be the first sport back in action with the launch of this new initiative. The Bahamas Baseball Association is set to make history as the organization hosts its first ever National High School Championships January 2nd through 4th in New Providence. The landmark tournament will feature the top high school baseball programs competing for national supremacy at the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium and the Blue Hill Sporting Complex. The championships will also serve as a critical evaluation opportunity for coaches, national team selectors, and development staff as the BBA continues to align scholastic and grassroots programs. BBA executives encourage schools, families, fans, and corporate partners to support this historic event, which marks a major step in the growth of baseball in the Bahamas.
DeAndre Ayton returned to the court last night and a rare Eric Gordon sighting in NBA action. After missing 2 games with an elbow injury, Ayton returned to the floor, but it wasn't enough to overcome the surging Phoenix Suns. He finished with 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 steals in the Lakers' 132-106 loss. Up next, Ayton and the Lakers look to rebound on Christmas Day. He had one previous Christmas Day performance back in 2022 as a member of the Suns when he had 22 points, 16 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 2 steals in an overtime loss to the Nuggets. VJ Edgecombe was out last night for the Philadelphia 76ers, but it created an opportunity for Gordon to find playing time. The veteran guard finished with a season-high 12 points in the Sixers' 114-106 loss to the Brooklyn Nets. He was 4 from 8 from the field, including 3 from 6 from three-point range.
Pivoting back to youth baseball, the country's greatest of all time continues to build his legacy, but is still searching for even more ways to give back. Jazz Chisholm Jr. was back at home in his foundation's Little League, but considered it just the start of things to come. His ultimate goal is to build a facility to help the transition of youth athletes to the professional level.
The dream is coming through real soon. I think we're going to be able to get our facility up and going. And it's not only just a facility just for baseball, but like multiple sports. I've been talking to John Quell a lot about, the academy aspects of it, finding some space and some land to build a big academy, big enough for basketball, baseball, football, track and field, soccer, volleyball, for all the kids in the Bahamas, just whatever their interest is and whatever we can help them with as professional athletes of the Bahamas. So for me, we got a lot coming in the next 2 to 3 years. Hopefully we get it started next year, but for sure in 2 years we're going to have the facility of our dreams that we've always wanted as professional athletes in the Bahamas for all sports.
That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. Okay, you one day closer to Christmas traffic being done. It's enough to celebrate, right? You want to go, Carolyn?
I mean, Christmas technically starts today for me.
Buena noche. All right, more traffic for you. Back to the studio.
Still ahead tonight on Our News, wrapping up our adventures with Auto Mall. Our Danielle Miller seals the deal for our 2025 Ultimate Giveaway. But first, Greg is back in the Weather Center with a complete look at your forecast across the country. Stick with us.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, from the teams you already trust.
NFL season is back, and Cable Bahamas is bringing the action straight to you.
Okay, Zai, let I take it from here. This season, Cable Bahamas is the Bahamas' #1 NFL provider. More games than ever before. With any live fiber infinite bundle, Trio or Trio Plus, you unlock Thursday Night Football, Sunday Ticket in 4K, and every highlight that matters. Just opt in the Sports X for $5 a month.
And don't miss a touchdown. Sign up now.
Watch Thursday Night Football exclusively with Rev and the Live Fiber on channel 747 and 748.
"2025 has been a year to remember.
Fire trucks racing to the scene of the massive blaze.
This continued for more than 20 minutes as police officers tried to patrol.
Protesters had marched from Market Street and waited in the hot sun for hours. Well, I'm certainly standing in it.
As I came out, the wind just picked up even more like it was a tornado.
Join us on December 28th at 8 p.m. for Our News Year in Review 2025.
Hey man, stay tuned for the Charlie Bahama Sawyer Boy Christmas Special. No, the Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama Christmas Special. I slept on it. And I heard it and it was like Sawyer Boy Charlie Bahama. It sounded better.
This is our news. Welcome back. Of course, it's Christmas Eve. It's very nice on the outdoors, high pressure in charge, and it's going to continue to keep us with some very lovely conditions. So if you happen to be moving around on the outdoors, make sure you do it safely. And remember the person driving in front of you, the person driving behind you, keep them in mind as well. Nice, as I mentioned, as high pressure remains in charge, very dry air mass in place, very little in terms of any precipitation. Front boundary well down towards the south. Really across Puerto Rico, they're seeing some isolated showers with that front boundary as well. The high will stay with us for the next several days. It'll slide out towards the east, turning our winds more towards the east eventually for the weekend. But once that high gets right over the Bahamas, we're looking for some light and variable winds. Seas will continue to be slow to come down, but they will be improving for the weekend, and then we expect a second front or another potent front, a more stronger front expected for early next week. Taking a look at the future forecast, it is just quiet, nothing happening out there through Thursday, Christmas Day tomorrow, and then of course a couple of small showers moving in on the Atlantic Ocean across our area, but most of those will be hit and miss showers during that time frame. Boating forecast, caution flag for the Atlantic is still in place, high risk of rip currents, north to northeasterly winds at 10 to 15 knot seas, 2 to 4 feet over the open waters, and they will be up to 6 feet in the Atlantic in north to northeasterly swells, while in the southeast Bahamas, caution flag down there as well. More stronger winds down there, northeasterly 15 to 20 knots. It will be gusting high at times. Seas will be running 4 to 7 feet over open waters, also in some north to east to easterly swells. Here's a look now at your national forecast. And then that all-important Junkanoo forecast. If you plan on being outdoors tomorrow night and into Friday, things are going to be looking really nice. Clear skies. Just a few clouds around, temperatures will get near the low 70s, but we expect those temperatures getting into the 60s by the time Junkanoo is over. Extended forecast, nothing changing across the board. We will stay pretty nice. Temperature-wise, we'll be near the 80-degree mark during the day, and we will be into the low 60s, low to mid 60s actually, during the nighttime. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Thanks so much, Greg. Well, the time is drawing near for the grand prize winner of our ultimate giveaway to be announced. Cable Bahamas group of companies partnered with Automall to launch the contest as both companies celebrate milestone years of service this year. Over the last few weeks, our Dania Miller has been reporting on Automall's vehicles, employees, and so much more. This week, her escapades come to an end. For now, with her final report. Take a look.
We have come to the end of our Auto Mall adventures, but before we go, let's recap. We first began our escapades with a one-on-one conversation with the company's president, Jeffrey Albury, along with his brother and vice president, Lionel Frederick Albury. They told me all about how the Auto Mall empire was established. Both brothers said 54 years in the business has had its challenges. But the one thing that's kept them going was the ability to put thousands of Bahamians behind the wheels of their dream cars and having more than 100 people employed.
You get some people come back and thank you and said, you know, we're very happy with what we've got and we're very happy with the way you handle us, that type of stuff, you know, and that's what got into me, and I feel it got into Freddie.
Next, Automall's sales professionals gave us a tour of their showrooms, where both private and commercial vehicles are on display. We even got behind the wheels. From stylish Toyotas to luxury BMWs, I can brag I've test-driven them all. But most importantly, I learned about the importance of maintaining these vehicles, road safety, and what makes our ultimate giveaway grand prize, the 2025 Hyundai Creta, so special. From salesperson Sharon Arthur. Arthur told me it's the features of the vehicle, like its 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, rear sensors, touchscreen display, wireless charging, 17-inch rims, and more. She said the Creta gives you both luxury and affordability.
The standout about the Creta is that it meets the budget. It meets the budget at $30,995. It's an affordable luxurious, comfortable SUV.
This week is the final week for you to enter and possibly win a brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta, courtesy of Cable Bahamas Group of Companies and Auto Mall. Remember to watch this story, head on over to ournews.bs and answer the trivia question correctly to enter your name to win. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, down to the last few days. Thanks so much, Danielle. And with that, we thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Megan Shepherd. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a safe and wonderful Christmas Eve. Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Just click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you stay up to date with content like this from the team you already trust.